Do you guys want to hear about how I ruined my mother's legacy? Sorry, Mom. I grew up in a small town, obviously, and it was actually the same small town that my mother grew up in. Everybody knew her, especially my teachers at school. Oh, I went to school with your uncle, I went to school with your aunt. My first day of class, I come home, I show my mom my itinerary, my schedule. She says, oh, you have Mrs. I don't remember her last name, so let's call her Pingree. Oh, you have Mrs. Pingree? Yeah? Tell her I'm your mom, and she'll love you. And I was like, oh yeah, oh yeah. Next day I go up and say, oh hey, you know my mom Tasha. And she just lights up. Your mother's Tasha. And then after that, if she ever needed anything, Hannah can do it, da da da. And just immediately, I don't know what my mom did to just enchant this woman, but she loved her. And this was a sewing class. She had a few rules, you know, for these sewing machines. One of her rules was that you couldn't ever listen to music while you were using a sewing machine, because if she needed to get everybody's attention, since it was so loud, she like needed everybody to be able to hear her if she called for them. After about 2 months of being the most loved I've ever been loved by a teacher, like, I had the worst day of my life. Like genuinely, it was like classic junior high. I failed a test, I found out my boyfriend was a slut, like just like everything's going wrong. Okay, I'm really hoping this one finally color matches, because I've ordered a few different ones hoping it works. Get to class that day and I was like, you know what, I know the rule. I know I'm not supposed to listen to music, but I was literally like, if I don't listen to music, I will punch a hole in the wall. So I'm sitting there listening to music and I notice all of the machines go quiet around me. I turn around and I kind of take my headphone out, but it's not subtle enough. Miss Pingree's sitting there looking at me. Were you listening to music? And I'm like, yeah. Tasha's daughter? So she drags me out into the hall. Lighten up, just, I felt like a 0 to 50, like super fast. She goes, you know the rules, da 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 da, how could you do this? And she just sits and lectures me to the point where like other teachers are kind of like peeking through the windows like, what is going on out there? After all of this, she just like, what do you have to say for yourself? I won't do it again. Like, I know it was against the rules. I shouldn't have done that. Just all these different iterations of like, that was wrong, I shouldn't have done that. Like, I understand I broke the rules, I get it. He grabs a hold of my arm, like dragged down the hall to the principal's office. And so we storm in there. She interrupts the principal from a meeting, like yanks him out and pulls him into another room. And it's just, again, I can hear her yelling through the door. I'm like, what is going on? Again, it felt like a 0 to 50. Finally, she comes out, she huffs at me and then storms out, goes back to her classroom. And the principal kind of like looks over, waves me in, hey. What was that about? And I was like, dude, I don't know. I know I did was wrong, but like that was crazy. And he's just like, oh, well, she was just looking for you to like apologize. And I was like, I felt like I did. Like, I felt like I said, he's like, no, you never said the words, I'm sorry. And I was like, I didn't understand that's what she was asking for. Again, cause junior high, all the things. This principal was literally like fearing for my life. He's just like, don't go back there. He's like, you just stay in here. The rest of class, sneak back in there after class is over and go get your stuff. And I was like, okay. He's like, tread lightly. She hated me after that. Tasha's daughter, Tasha. I ruined my mother's name. I disgraced it. All by listening to music one day in class so I didn't punch a hole in the wall. Okay, the end.